Drama bin drama, Arab drama, ole drama, Nyar drama, mto drama, yote pamoja. Side drama hata. Kenyans were treated to some suspenseful drama that unfolded as Kenya Kwanza coalition, who had promised to unveil Deputy President William Samoei Ruto's running mate, failed to give us any name. And indeed, the whole drama revealed to us that deep inside UDA, there is a serious problem. There are two sides in fighting deep inside UDA. Who are these sides? Why are they fighting? What are some of the names? What has caused all this? What impact is it going to have on August 9th, 2022? And how Kenyans vote? For the answers to those questions, karibu sana to my show today. You see, this crisis within UDA is serious. Of course, press people, and fixers and Akina Itumbi may want to pretend that all is well, that it is a small hiccup. But the truth is, it is not a small hiccup. It is something so serious that the Deputy President's bid for the presidency could be ended by it. Oh yes. So I'm sure you'll stay with me right to the end of this very thorough analysis of what was really going on behind the scenes, even as we all waited impatiently to see who is this the Deputy President will appoint to be his running mate. Now, if you allow me a second, a very quick reminder of Let the Blood Flow, the ebook that has a very special offer right now. A special offer that also gives you 1 year free membership to my weekly intelligence briefings, which, as we head closer to the elections, will have a lot of information that cannot possibly appear in this public channel. You can see details on your screens right now. I highly recommend that you go for it. This offer is ending very, very, very soon. Indeed, there's no way you can accurately analyze these elections we're going into without the information in this ebook. And don't worry if you're not the reading type. All you need to do is to secure your place for the videos which I'm going to release shortly. Videos which are a version of this ebook. They contain all the valuable information inside this ebook. But the videos will only be available to those who have purchased Let the Blood Flow. So please take action today. Right, let's get this show on the road. We all expected yesterday, Saturday, to go like clockwork for Deputy President William Samoei Ruto and the Kenya Kwanza coalition. Because it was yesterday at 10 a.m. in the morning that the coalition was due to unveil, announce, make public William Samoei Ruto's running mate for the 2022 presidential race. But instead, nobody saw this coming. What we were treated to was high wire political drama. So much so that by the end of the day, until this very minute, the Kenya Kwanza coalition, this is Sunday morning, the Kenya Kwanza coalition is yet to name Ruto's running mate. Yeah. Now, to understand what really went down behind the scenes, away from the glare of the cameras, away from the press, we must start this story on Friday evening, the day before the fateful Saturday. Multiple sources have confirmed to me that the Mathira Member of Parliament, Rigathi Gachagua, had already been informed that he had been chosen, picked, to be Deputy President William Samoei Ruto's running mate. But I've also been told, even as Gashagwa prepared his family to attend this momentous occasion, where he was going to be declared a candidate for the Deputy Presidency of the Republic of Kenya. Even then, he was aware of some strong opposition within the UDA party that were very much against his nomination as Ruto's running mate. Indeed, a very powerful clique that is close to the Deputy President was very much against him. And so he knew he had to be cautious. And so before leaving Nyeri, Bwana Gashagwa made his careful plans. He put his plans into motion to ensure that these powerful forces within UDA were not going to stop him. I think the best evidence to prove this is that word was spread amongst the press that there was something going to happen in Nyeri. They were told some huge celebration. Ordinarily, people do not invite the press for celebrations. They just think about it. And so Gashagwa arrived at the Deputy President's residence to get a shock of his life. He found legislators voting to decide between him and the other shortlisted candidate, Tharaka Nithi Senator Kithure Kindiki. He had to decide between the two of them. So it was being put to the vote. Now hold on a minute. He already knew it was him. The Deputy President had communicated to him. This thing was in the bag. So what was this voting manenos all about? Gashagwa, of course, knew that all this was the work of his political enemies within UDA, the powerful clique close to the Deputy President. Who are these? You'll know in a minute. At least you'll get some names. And he took them head on. And what resulted was a very stormy session at the Deputy President's residence. Watu walikunywa maji nyingi sana. Oh yes. This was not a popcorn occasion. No way. Let me put it this way to make it very clear. What happened yesterday was that Rigathi Gachagua was successful in stopping the nomination of Tharaka Nithi Senator Kithure Kindiki. Because that was the choice of the Deputy President. That was the choice of those around him who were very powerful. So why did the Deputy President change his mind at the 11th hour? Now that one is a mystery. But knowing what has happened in the past, we can make a clever guess. Now, one of the things about the character of the Deputy President, for those who know him, is that once he has made up his mind, it is virtually impossible to get him to change his mind. Unless something completely out of the ordinary happens or is forced to happen. yeah, by political schemers. So we can be sure that whatever it is that got the deputy president to change his mind was major. It was not a small thing. Meanwhile, in Nyeri, something very interesting was happening. Even as all this drama was unfolding, in Karen, in the outskirts of Nairobi, UDA supporters had gathered. Sections of the press were there. And these UDA people were delivering a message directly to the deputy president. Yeah, of course, the whole idea, yeah, this was a political ploy to blackmail the deputy president into going ahead and nominating Rigathi Gachagua as his running mate. What were these people saying? They were saying, if Gashagwa was not Ruto's running mate, then Ruto was finished in the region. The whole UDA support base for the deputy president in the region, yeah, especially in Rigathi Gachagwa's strongholds, would vanish overnight. And remember, the deputy president desperately needs Central Kenya votes. He's done. He's finished. This is over. If he cannot get a substantial amount of votes in Central Kenya, he might as well pack up his bags and go relax in Sugoi if he cannot get those votes. Because there will be no serious election if that happens. Yeah, he'll not be able to get anywhere near his opponent in this presidential election. It's as simple as that. And these well-prepared UDA supporters, yeah, don't cheat yourself that this was done haphazardly at the last minute. These well-prepared UDA supporters even gave us a name, that of Kimani Ichung'wah, yeah, the Kikuyu legislator, and somebody who is very close to the deputy president, a second-term MP. And then there's something else these people said. They declared, people should not joke with the sons of the Mau Mau warriors, the gallant Mau Mau warriors who fought the colonial government. You know, the Mau Mau were no joke. Hao watu walikuwa na kata wazungu shingo. They caused terror amongst the colonialists. Yeah. Of course, the colonialists responded with an iron fist. But then these guerrillas, called Mau Mau, spread fear. Indeed, Mau Mau got a reputation that went far beyond Kenya. Because a street gang in New York, yeah, at around the time, was named the Mau Mau. Yeah, that just shows you how serious these guys were. So what do the Mau Mau have to do with Kimani Ichung'wah? Now there's an interesting link here. There's always been a rivalry between Kikuyus from the Kiambu area and those from Nyeri. The Kiambu Kikuyus have always been referred to as home guards. Yeah. They were actually close collaborators with the colonial government. Even Jomo Kenyatta, who hailed from Kiambu, was friendly to our colonial masters then. Yeah. And even in his efforts to win freedom for the local African, his ideology, yeah, many people don't recognize this, his ideology was reconciliation and more rights given to Africans. It was not independence. Yeah, the feeling of Jomo and many was that the mighty colonial government was too powerful to resist. So if you can't fight them, join them. Now this was the very opposite of what Nyeri Kikuyus felt. They strongly opposed those who had snatched away their land. Their view was that there was no compromise on this issue. There was nothing to reconcile. The Muzungu just had to leave. Period. The Muzungu had to leave their land. Hakuna njia ingine. That was the difference. And this rivalry was maintained even after independence. And now somebody is trying to reawaken it. Because when you give Ichung'wah's name, who is at the heart of Kiambu, and you mention Mau Mau, it is very clear what you're saying. Now what we gather from all this is that there's a split deep inside UDA in terms of Mount Kenya support for the deputy president. There's one side of the divide, let us call it the Rigathi Gachagua side, that is very much opposed to the rest of Mount Kenya, the Kithure Kindiki side. And it appears that the Kithure Kindiki side is much more powerful. I can hear somebody asking, so if this is true, how come the deputy president had initially gone for Rigathi Gachagua? Well, the answer is that the two have a personal relationship, a very close personal relationship. But apart from that relationship, there are still two camps within UDA that are strongly opposed to each other. Neither of the sides wants real power to go to the other side. And having a deputy president nominee, running mate, is power. And now the problem here for Kenya Kwanza is that this rivalry, this infighting, has now come to the surface. Which means that whatever happens going forward, things will never be the same again. And we cannot rule out the deputy president losing votes that he would have otherwise gotten. Was there unity between these two camps? In other words, this issue goes well beyond the drama and the nomination of a running mate, and affects the entire campaign of the deputy president in the Mount Kenya region. Let us be clear on that. Which ultimately will have a huge impact on the results of the 2022 presidential race. And that is a fact. Now, it is very important to note that these two camps are not within Kenya Kwanza. Because granted, running a coalition is very hard work, and camps are bound to develop. We have seen them develop on the other side in Azimio. That's to be expected. But this particular war within Kenya Kwanza is not within the larger coalition. It is deep inside the UDA party. And that is cause for great alarm. Indeed, that should tell us that there is no way the deputy president can recover from this one without bleeding somewhere. And I'm talking about bleeding votes, losing votes. There is no way. Because this thing is deep inside UDA, at the heart of the Kenya Kwanza coalition, which is preparing itself to face Raila Odinga and Azimio. Remember, the message from Rigathi Gachagua was very clear. What his supporters were telling us. If Gashagwa is not the running mate, then the deputy president should forget about any votes from Mathira and the greater central province. At least in the areas that Gashagwa has sway. Now what that means is that all these supporters of Gashagwa, because he has also spent his own money to campaign for the deputy president, he has spent his own money to build this support base within the area. What it means is that all those supporters will not vote for the deputy president. It does not mean they will vote for Baba. No. It just means they will not vote for William Samoei Ruto. I'm not saying some of them will not vote for Baba. But let's take this thing one step at a time. Because voting for Baba will depend on a lot of things that happen after Gashagwa and company break away from Kenya Kwanza. And of course there's a high possibility that the deputy president will cave to the pressure and go ahead and nominate Rigathi Gachagua as his running mate. And of course this will stem the flood. It will stop the bleeding. But we cannot rule out serious political consequences amongst the Ameru community, from which Professor Kithure Kindiki hails from. Yeah, the community may feel cheated. The community may feel that their son was treated shoddily. And this will generate the kind of emotions that could change many things politically. Because at the end of the day, politics and emotions cannot be separated. They joined at the hips. Emotions are important, very important. And they are what usually sway how people are going to vote. Now, before I go, a quick reminder, please remember to share this video widely. That will be a great help to me, and I thank you greatly in advance. Also, remember to take full advantage of my current offer on Let the Blood Flow, which has a lot of valuable information. You can see details on your screen now, which has a lot of valuable information on what really happened in 2007, which remains a mystery to many. And of course, there are the upcoming videos for all those who purchase the ebook. Contained in this classic ebook, hundreds of pages. I highly recommend it. Go for it. Until next time, this is Kshs Kumekucha.